just sitting here thinking about the goodness of God. It's crazy how all the nights that I was out here drinking and driving and he never allowed me to have an accident, all the times that I was standing on a block with the drug dealers and killers because I thought that was cool and he didn't let nothing happen to me. The moment that bullets started spraying and they went past my head and he didn't let my soul be transferred, it was the goodness of God. The moment that he allowed my house to catch on fire but not a hair on my head be touched, not the hair on my children's head be touched, all of the things that he replaced, all the times that my heart has been broken and he restored it, all the times that I was out here smoking weed from this person and that person and that person, and he didn't allow my mind to be taken from me, he didn't allow my body to be taken from me, he delivered me from my afflictions. The moments that he allowed me to resurface and build again, the moments that he allowed me to be protected, the moments that he took me from being in an accident to being restored, the moment that he allowed my body to be healed from COVID when I should have been on my deathbed, the moments that he allowed me to raise my head again, the moments that he allowed my kids to be secured and protected, the moments that God allowed me to see his hand. Oh my God, I just can't understand the faithfulness of God. I can't understand how his love surpasses all understanding. I don't understand how he chose me when I didn't even know that he was existing, when I didn't even know who he was, when I couldn't even call on his son Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. He still chose me. He still marked me. He still chose me. He still set me apart. He still named me. He still molded me in his likeness and his image. Oh God, he still set me apart before he even put me in my mother's womb. He knew what my name was going to be. He knew what the meaning of my name was going to be. He knew what my purpose was going to be. He knew the gift he put inside me. He knew the heart that he put inside me. He knew the favor that he put inside me. He knew the grace that he was going to wrap me up in. He knew the love that he was going to give me. He knew the hedge of protection he was going to put on the inside of me and around me. He knew the children that was going to pass through my womb. He knew what their purpose was going to be. He knew the man I was going to conceive with. He knew where I was going to lay my head at. He knew the food that I was going to need, the transportation, the household, the community, the resources. He knew my destiny before I even touched on this earth. He had everything already laid out for me. So even in the moments where I'm confused and I'm asking God for clarity and I'm asking him for direction, I know that there is going to come. I know that the instructions are going to come because they was already ironed out. They was already laid out before I even touched on this earth. Before I even made it to 2025, he already had my 2025 plan. My 2026 is already written out. My 2027 is already covered.